trending towards this B split over and over again. They send out a util, a flash and a horn over the top. No one playing anti-flash though. Does tag onto them. It clears them all the way back. Nade into the top of the tower. We swarm the B site.
And so this is fine. You just go into your secondary game plan for EG. They're going to drop back, control the generator areas, and have the players that would dish take Arcade away as a post-plant position. The important post-plant spots, though, are where Mako is going to be playing with his Molly lineup.
Let's see this refight here that's happening over towards Arcade again. The back of the box should be cleared out. No! The boombot was flashed up, still at the back side of it. There's the damage being done. Right through the box. Aftershock as well now in the tower. Really starting to feel that heat. Stax had to hold his ground, and he does not win it out. The Molly's forced out relatively early, but still the time is ticking. That's going to put the pressure once more onto them, but Demon 1 landing so many of these shots, running it down into the Molly. Didn't want to risk too much there. Listen,
I mean, there was no reason particularly to give your life to that, but I can appreciate getting caught up in the moment. Not a player that actually was that important in their win over Foot.
Yeah,
as strange as that sounds, because the hype surrounding him playing at this tournament after Formation.
Frightening prospect, isn't it?
Especially when they were winning on Foot's map pick of Lotus, which isn't going to feature in this series because DRX do not want any piece of that map at any point.
Yeah.
And so, actually, we've got an awesome map pool for this match, where you get to see, I think, both of these teams at the absolute peak of what they can accomplish. Both teams like playing Fracture. You know, we've been cognizant of DRX with their roster swapping up, not being as great on this map sometimes.
Over the ropes. You're not getting away from that one, Buzz. But you're exactly right as well, Josh. At full strength. In theory, we should have an absolute world-class match here. Both of these teams fighting for that chance to make a playoff spot in the top 8 of Masters Tokyo.
And you think about this for EG, obviously we've discussed how incredible it would be for them to make top 8, make playoffs, especially with, you know, Demon 1's first time at an event of this caliber, and to be honest, a lot of EG's first time at an event of this caliber. And I think for DRX, it's one of those series that changes the narrative. It's a pivot point, where if they win this game, people are going to assume that
many players to receive it. Buzz is going to have to play this one a bit safer because 4 players are walking towards him. Turret takes contact, fault line off of it, and now running all the way through. Dart, have to be ready for this one, Buzz. Close to the ropes, it's a wider swing with an 8 portion and back. Showstopper over and away, down across the zip line. Buzz wants nothing to do with it, but Mako is being squeezed. How can he survive? Can he maintain? He can!
So good. Incredible work under pressure there from Mako. I love the idea from EG on the bonus round, but Jorgamo with 60 health has got to do it all.
Whoa, okay.
And he's brought it back just a little.
And he's aware as well of this. Potentially hearing the sound cue. He's caught Buzz out and he's forced it into a 1 versus 1 nade online. Lands the shot anyway. 4 in the round, it matters.
That to me is the most impressive kill out of all of them.
I'm assuming he heard the specific sound cue there. I mean, when players are running through tunnel, it does make a little squelch.
They're going for the B exec again. I mean, it's the same kind of thing that we've seen from them in 3 out of 4 rounds now.
They were doing this a lot as well against ASC the other day.
And when they used to do this exec, they would run a neon with it. So they would start the exec from about where Foxy9 is, right here.
Flash to set it up. Demon 1 still holding it though.
And now that you don't have the neon, you have to actually take that arcade space, as Foxy was trying to do with the breach flash. It's a little more difficult.
Look in his face, no Prowler. Won't be getting info off of that one inside the smoke as Boostio. He's waiting for the right time to strike, but there's a Nanoswarm at his feet. Has to back away a bit of random spam. Maybe he can get quite lucky with it, but he's going to be backing away. They don't want to give away any lives. Oh my, I mean the Nanoswarms. Stax getting caught out there, brought down to his knees. It's a 3 versus 5, Mako pushing forwards, he's trying to equalize. Take away the advantage that might be theirs. Still holding on to canteen control, the regression from Com.
What a wide swing.
Really wide swing, and they don't have B main position either. Buzz and RB anchoring towards the side, they have to really just come up with something massive and potential. It was there for RB. He grabbed his 2.
By the time he gets the ult online. Look at this setup, by the way. Just want to point this out. The turret holds contact, and it is so common for attacking teams.
Off the rip over the top, it looks like as well. Just a bit of utility use at the beginning of the deep smoke. Horn's broken. They set their sights over towards Arcade. Big ults here as well.
Yeah, and a slow approach for the first time. Might make EG wonder what's up. Jorgamo's got his showstopper online though, and that is really going to cause a problem for DRX potentially. I've got to point out again though, DRX have still been able to get a buy here. They're going for the light armor strategy, and they've been able to buy round 3, round 4, round 5.
Face
It's
your
gross, isn't it?
fear!
Well, here we go, Nightfall. Scattered over towards the side. Ethan, nade at his back. Prowler as well in his face. Didn't stand a chance. There's a showstopper. Unleashed this way, that way. Satchel's going all over the bloody place. Cannot find a target. No sound cues. He was caught with the ult, finally fades, pre-fires it, does not find a target, and doesn't even expect them to be on the site. It's Jorgamo, who's unaware, inside the smokes though. So a 3v4, a bit of spam again with the Phantom. Landing those shots, lineups now being played from Buzz.
And here's the issue, Mako with Molly, with Orbital Strike. Look at how few DRX players have guns out ready to take fights. They're all playing the post-plant lineups.
The Orbital Strike has to be used for this lockdown, it has to be cleared out there, but again, the post-plants. Again, these deep lineups, Foxy9, what a shot to hit Boostio. Instantly returns the fire, they know where Mako is. That's absolutely disgusting. Diffuse starting to get stuck. That Nanoswarm's going to take some time to hit. That's half on the Diffuse already. It's bought them time. It's a critical one. Can Buzz still do it? Absolutely not.
They've got it.
In the face of
situations. One of the issues that people were talking about when Zest was in the lineup was them playing very formulaically. I don't think it actually matters which lineup they use. DRX are always going to try and drop back into these extreme spots to trade for each other.
Now on a halfway, we finally start to see it a bit fast. With the play here, the tempo's increased. Dart over the top. Foxy9's lit up. He's scared. He's worried. He's going to get spammed as a nade at his feet. Slaughter right now, and a flood attempt as well. The call is made by EG. They want to take it straight to them, yet Mako returns with a fire. The Sheriff doing so much work.
As does the Shock. But this is a 2v4 where Buzz and RB have been able to pick up weaponry.
They immediately retreat back to halls as well. Still maintaining that drop control. Buzz doesn't actually have any Nanoswarms to play the lineups from that position.
Oh, he's so far away, isn't he?
Clearing out the side here, Com, making sure that everything's watched for. There's going to be that rotation here. Showstopper straight across. Com didn't really stand a chance there. There's a Molly as well that was sent in flying ahead of time. It's going to remove any sort of potential for a clutch.
What a bounce back.
Yeah, Boostio was fantastic, don't get me wrong, in a prize series.
Goes through Sat, and we see a couple of different ideas from EG on how they want to defend this. EG blast pack up.
Look towards it. So Stimmy with the drone.
Southside crunch on the Thrifty.
And the stun connects. That fault line is huge. Here's the Rolling Thunder. Right through them into the face. Jorgamo is not messing around. He wants the action, he wants the smoke. They still know where the last player is. Ethan aftershock towards the side. Boostio, he supplements. That tight squeeze, everybody has fallen. And Buzz, the only reason he's still alive, he's well away from the action on the north side of the map. Let's see if he can do it again. The triple face will deny any chances.
Well, one of their strats has made it there. The Southside crunch coming out. Lovely stuff to see. We've seen a couple of teams in the Americas pull this one. It seems very unconventional, but with the combination of all of your utility styles, the Desk talked about it a little bit with Com's Sova, also the fade on the other side, the amount of north and south side crunches that are going to happen.
Look at that, you're already seeing some form of adjustments. They know that DRX have been going into these B splits. They have given up a bit of tree control. That's why Fox is on that line. Lockdown's going to be used. They need to try and break this one. That's an aftershock. Shock darts?
They missed the shocks.
Yeah. Is the goal there? I'm not too sure what the goal of that one is. Not sure how they would even land, but it means that 3 players are detained. They thought that was going to be cleared out here. Straight into tower. Easy pickings. Skipping a hop, you will not escape the sightlines. Easiest kills of RB's life.
I'd love to see that from Com's POV, because I don't know where he was even trying to, fire the shock darts from, but they were clearly intended to land there.
Yeah.
That must be very precise.
But here we go. Running away onto the side to realize the time is of the essence. Satchel. Busha couldn't land a clean shot. Aim wasn't reset. All this util being used as well. Even one out in the open. Up to just Ethan. Not a winnable round ahead of him. Not when he's up against the Rolling Thunder. At this point, just got to back away and save. But yeah, it would be interesting to see what went wrong there, because
that's
EG
literally
were purely
set up
the round. Yeah, I mean, they were purely set up thinking that, okay, they're going to lock down. We've got some sort
We've
of
got a
plan
count
for
whether
it.
you want to tuck it into the corner or not. But all right, so here's Com. Just stuck towards the end. Yeah, this is him getting caught towards the end. I mean, he's already used his shocks at this point, and he just gets stuck inside tower. Poor guy. Easy pickings for
The A-split did work fast. Last time the DRX attempted this on their half buy. This time it's really quite tepid. Slow at the beginning.
But I like this. The slower and more contacty you make the beginning of this, the less timing you give EG to push tree as a reaction.
Oh, they want to try and fight though. Prowler out. Drone to set it up. Fault line as well. Already working their way through. Lit up. Gonna be the kills returned. Ethan making the most of that one there. Flash in his face. Boost just got back away. There's a rolling thunder. He's locked up yet stunned up. Still lands the kill. Bullet to the cranium. Hunter's Fury to supplement and help out in the back. Players can start to swarm this one. It's a 2 versus 2. Spike picked up. Nade to deny and another showstopper in the back pocket. There's a shock dart, or at least the recon. And there's a showstopper. Rocketing forwards. Blitzering pace. Jorgamo to clean it up.
Played that pretty well. I got a couple of kills while I was stunned up. I mean, that one on Stacks is a round changer.
Oh, yeah.
Stacks is able to get in. But it's the combo of utility. It's very good. And this is the thing, DRX are just going to run the same kind of execs over and over. They're not a team that changes very much. That's been a major criticism of them.
There's not much nuance in their playbook. That's what we were hoping to see, I think, heading into this tournament, and you have to be ready for this. Lit up onto the ropes. Will you be able to get out a satchel? You will not escape Jorgamo's sights.
This time, EG are not set up to be able to flood defend A because they went for that play over towards Dish. So now we're going to see a different application of the defense. Mako, with his orbital strike and with his molly, can't be pressured. There's nobody pushing tree. So this is a really good setup for DRX right now.
Should be in theory. Here's a lockdown.
Orbital strike can get rid of that.
But I don't think they even want to. Everybody's playing offside. They do. They still opt to be using this one. It's a wide face there. Foxy9, he was alone onto the site. He's taken out early enough. A tap onto it. Spikes there. Aftershock round the corner, round the side, facing RB. Man of the hour. Reattempt, reaggress right here. Com sticking his half right through the molly. He's bought a lifeline, yet still shut
Forced out the orbital strike early, so it couldn't just be used on the plan. But here's that molly. Mako uncontested, no flank on the retake. And in the end, even after Com got half, it came down to this one off the back of it and knocks EG down onto an eco.
Can feel how scared DRX are. Dump a bit of the same utility, familiar kind of beginning to around there, but Foxy9 was pre-aiming where the dart was last time. They're really quite concerned of being crunched. I do like the approach though. Slow default, over the ropes though. RB is going to be rejoining the rest of his team. So they were just hoping for a bit of aggression when EG's on that half bite.
Which makes sense. EG went for a crunch last time, south side. And now at the minute mark, DRX are going to start to group up and go towards somewhere. Foxy9 and RB are 2 away. Look at the timing, though, that EG are taking. Similar kind of timing. 1 minute on the clock, they go and clear out an area. So this is just an info play. DRX, though, should be able to take a sight off the back of this. They might be too slow. Nevertheless, the economy advantage should win them this round, but they are going into 5.
Yeah, they are going into 5. The read is there from EG, all the way pushed through. Nade gets them in, double satchel. Shorty in his hands, but he's right up in the air. Easily shot right out of the skies. Making sure to contain all the smokes as well. That flood attempt was put down in a moment's notice. Smoke fades away, but okay. No kills to be had.
Com is going to feed himself into the maw at some point. But it gives us a little bit of downtime here. Coming into the half, I'm sure both coaches are going to have a lot to say in terms of helping their teams reinforce the situation. Termi's already used one of his timeouts, remember? And I think just in general, the coaching clash is so interesting to me, Brent, because there's been a lot of conversation with the Pacific fans about how Termi's managed his timeouts and the selection of rosters that they put into the game and how tumultuous everything seems on the DRX side. And all of that comes from Termi, and the coaching staff that spreads out further than him. And on the other side, you have Potter, whose timeouts have been extremely impactful. She's now going to be taking a tag timeout to talk with the rest of the team as EG pause. But I do think that into the final round here with 2 big ultimates to work with. The Fade ult was incredibly useful last time at being able to put pressure on the site anchors, although they took a B.
Showstopper. What an increase all the way through. Let's see if Foxy9 can get any value. Nade, rebounds, flash to try and push it back. He fires it off. Jorgamo.
Ethan's flash.
Oh, it's a random spam. It's a random spray all the way through. What a lead going straight through an exchange as well of bullets. A flash as well to try and push through, and it's a 3-2-1 swing into the smoke. Lit up though. Jorgamo can't hear anything, doesn't know that his position is being swarmed, and there we go. It's covered. Com round the back, and just like that.
From Com. I mean, there's a flash there to be able to completely blind Foxy9. All the rest of the breach utility gets used to stop them coming through, and then there's a dart around, I think, for DRX.
Yeah.
You know, normally when they get the success on this map, I think about it being potent on the attack side. Although we were talking, even when we were casting them against ASE, that their defense side against DFM was really good.
Waves of the utility being used as well to try and take this tower control, but they're all grouped up in there. Could be cause for concern because they're all grouped up. And a right click is tearing them to pieces. Buzz having a field day, but from behind, Ethan, he does help them out. Close to Jenny, they get themselves onto the site, and they do have relatively decent post plan. I believe this is a reflank attempt by Com to the back of tunnel. He's going to be meeting, Foxy9. So wins out that fight, a critical one here for DRX. It's evened it up into a 2 versus 2.
And now I think they should have a good idea about where RB is, that it was a double flank. However, you can't be completely sure of that. Foxy9's got good utility as well to stop anybody peeking from tower that could potentially isolate a 1v1 on site. Winnable for both sides here.
Look at this, Aftershock still available. Is it in a position where he can really use it? Tap onto it, gets him off, it's a swing into the 1-on-1. RB sticking, he gets his half, jump spot, gets him off a tap, it forces the fight from Ethan again. How does he want to play this one? Around to the sides, and there it is! 4 for Ethan.
In terms of all of the utility and then crucial moments like this, Ethan is the rock that EG can rely on. You've heard Potter talk about it previously as well, how much his experience, communication, and him in the clutch there, but Ethan gets just a tiny outplay towards the end. And I think that's a nail in the coffin for DRX's chances on Fracture, barring something crazy happening.
It really should be. Pistol round was must win. 9-4, staring at a potential map loss here for DRX. At this point as well, usual game plan going to be to try and farm up some of these orbs. It's typically what they end up doing on the eco rounds of these Fracture maps that they play. Smokes drop down, this seems to be the go button. There it is, it's hit for EG. Taking off to the site. This was potential nuisance there, just sitting himself down into Arcade, an attempt to disrupt as well and get the spike denied from the plant, but not too much really getting done, and this is looking very healthy. EG, if they don't lose anybody, it's a fantastic anti-eco.
Yeah, very clean, extremely clean. Around the tower, and then Stax and Mako are going to find time to push through the smoke, like that. And even though Stax only has a pistol in that situation, we saw them get the win yesterday.
There it is, boatload of utility. Send flying, arcing, right over towards drop. So control of that's going to be gained now for EG. And talking about the health of their economy as well. I mean, there's so much danger in this round, even still for DRX. Up against this bonus. Rifle in the hands of Jorgamo. Guardian for Demon 1. We know what this guy can do with it. Destructive. There it is, drone to lead it in. That's an Aftershock. Used to disrupt it, just pound for pound using the util, but they waited out. There's a couple of layers to it. Caesar's nice, that's delayed a little bit.
But they're just baiting out this defensive utility, and now this second wave is going to be where they commit.
Just love the nade. Flash to accompany. It's all combined together. Doesn't actually connect there. Satchel, the movement. It is nice, but RB was ready as well to contain. Stacks from the side, all the way through spawn. A fight to be taken. Boostio! Landing 2. He spots the third, and Demon 1 has also got his sight set on him. They know exactly where he is, but the movement is quite gorgeous. Foxy9. So a little jiggle out to the side with 4 bullets left in the rifle. A reload risked. Doesn't know where Buzz is. Thinks that the position could be anywhere with 30 seconds into the round. Spike out into the open. Not a lot of health to work with. Needs to force an early fight.
Now that Busio's gone silent for so long, Buzz was worried he went up.
Okay, Spike gained 15 seconds though. Is he really going to try and pivot? Is he going to clear this corner? No, knife has to be out as well if he was to make that time.
Worse weaponry, for sure. And still a good attack idea. I think the utility and the way that Jorgamo entries onto this site is dangerous. It's difficult to work with. And DRX had a decent answer. They did towards Boostio because he's only 1 away from that lockdown. course, Ethan one away also from the Rolling Thunder, so that depends which one you particularly want to prioritize.
Shot dart.
It's going to be Ethan.
Yeah, Nanos almost broken, I believe, off of the initial load of utility sent flying. Look how active Boostio is here. You don't see Killjoy players do that often. It isn't active yet. I mean, DRX trying to take the fight straight out of halls. Got my eyes locked onto the minimap. I'm trying to take your role.
Yeah, so that was fended off. Foxy9 goes down. And now, with the space on the map that Boostio's got, as you mentioned earlier, that's going to allow EG to go through the rope and back over to him. They can set up for some kind of north side push.
Yeah.
It looks like Ethan's going to try and ult them into the players or something. I mean, Ethan's going to be asked to do quite a lot here. Both of the breaches battling in A main.
Jump spot, a chance. Okay, all committed. New Stacks was there, there's a dart at his back. The aftershock slowed to a crawl. Smoke dropped down as well, it's cut it all the way up. Another stun to supplement and swing through. Fight to be taken this way, that way. Evacuation and shots rattled off.
That is immaculate from EG. I mean, what a play. How creative is that? Find a player at door, breach ult them, Sova dart them. You've got Jorgamo coming through on one side, Ethan on the other. This team's creativity is unbelievable. You think historically, it's DRX that we've discussed in terms of the creativity and the set plays. We're watching them get outdone.
He just worked it.
Dude, Stacks not only got breach ulted, he also then got fault locked afterwards.
Passes.
EG making sure that they control any level of tree aggression early on there. That's why they have a slow pace to begin, but this is just going to be a Killjoy ult play. Alarm bot first to make sure nobody was flanked through arcade. And this would be extremely effective against somebody like Buzz, who's been anchoring tower a lot. But DRX have read it and they're playing off site.
Fully away out of it. Fault line Hunter's Fury right in the gap of where they were going to be standing. I tell you, man, this playbook you printed out, you'd be weighing down the desk.
It's so deep, it's so good.
Just those extra elements that they throw in. You think it's going to be standard, not quite at all.
Oh, I like that though.
Just a nade to try and clear out tower. Satchel, the movement's quite nice, but again, another nade to push it back, so Foxy9 can't quite swing onto this. Fight's taken, tower cleared out. Job might be done there, but do they have enough to try and disrupt this post plant setup again? A taste of their own medicine. There's an aftershock waiting underneath tunnel. Find him a couple of seconds, but the fight needs to be won out here. Com, Boostio, playing together. Tap onto the spike, Boostio wins his. Fault line's really nice, and they want to take it to him. It's Boostio.
And this match, or map, has been a nerd's delight. There's just so many cool things that are being showcased here against the DRX that's playing their standard game. 1.5.
We're breaking a mic.
All right, can DRX pull something out here? The 7-round deficit would be so difficult.
Fault line held. It's an orbital strike! Oh, it's all combined. The nade as well. You try and get out of harm's reach.
No one even used a rifle.
Yeah, not likely, man. They're playing a different game.
They are. I mean, this is the Valorant of the future.
Yeah, Project A, blah, 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 whatever it is. Stimmy, drop down. Let's finish this. That's what EG is saying.
Now Jorgamo's going to have a showstopper online.
Yeah, and here it is. Just a snowball. The ult's rotating behind Dice, though. Not cleared, and Buzz, he does put that down. Mako, smoke to help out his teammate. Aftershock misses, doesn't clear it, in and out, weaving this way, that way. Buzz, can he get a little bit more? He can. Straight through. Jenny's watched for. Brings down 3. Doesn't find Demon 1, though. Before he can get any much else going, RB is left alone to do the most. He's brought it to a one-on-one. Nightfall. It's there. Dodge, though. Demon 1 not tagged by it. Spots it out. 35 seconds. This is to stay in the map. Demon 1.
30
this guy
seconds
really
left.
is the final boss. Don't want to be going up against him. Grabs the spike. Seconds left in the round. Take his time ever so slightly.
RB has been the clutch monster in Pacific this year.
Spike planted.
Man stuck. Where's the positioning? Where's it coming from? Demon 1 stuck into the corner. Peeks it wide, a jiggle, forces it. He knows where RB is. RB, pressure mounting. Can he do it? Wider face, wider swing. Really being tested, challenged this way, that way. Haunts up in 5, but really does he even have time to spare?